Hello, everyone. This week, Karradyne is not here. She is taking care of some business. But I did manage to find an episode that I thought we had lost. So I just went ahead and edited it. And I am going to be releasing it to you guys to listen now. It is our games and books beaten or read in 2022. I think it's a pretty fun episode. I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you. Hello, welcome to a Novel Console, a very special episode where we talk about the books and games that we beat and read. We read and beat, and beats aren't good episode.
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
Don't ever say that again on the show.
Bears beats?
No, I don't know. No The Office. No.
No The Office.
No The Office.
No The Office.
And no Deontay.
No
So if your
Office.
name is Deontay, turn off the show. This is not for you.
Hey, there is that Deontay from Love After Lockup.
It's not for him. Specifically not for him. If you're not Deontay from Love After Lockup,
This doesn't seem like it would be his jam anyway.
you're good to listen. Thank you for listening, Deontay. Anyways, Karradyne,
Christian.
we are doing games and books beaten and read, or books and games read and beaten.
In 2022.
In 2022.
I have significantly more.
You
than
have
do.
an exponentially massive list. How many do you have?
155, not as much as I wanted it to be.
You wanted it to be more.
200.
Okay. I have 43 games. I really lacked last year.
That's a lot for games though, right?
Kind of, especially since some of these are RPGs. They're pretty long. So what we're going to do is you're going to quick fire a couple and talk about specific ones that you want to talk about. We're probably going to give it a minute per ones that we actually want to talk about. I have 43, so I am probably going to try to give a minute about each one. This is going to be a somewhat long episode, so sit down, buckle up, get ready for bad jokes.
Yes. Okay.
You want to start?
I will.
Okay.
Okay,
Kick us
so
off.
the first 4 books that I read in 2022, directly from my Goodreads challenge, are A Giraffe Named Monroe by Sarah Church.
What?
It was a children's book. I think I had to read
Monroe?
it for some. Yes, A Giraffe Named Monroe. I think I got paid to read this one.
Does Monroe have a
This
massive...
is the first book I read of 2022. Do you really think I fucking remember anything?
No, listen.
About this?
Does Monroe have a massive following? And does Monroe draw plus-sized art?
Oh my god!
And is she friends with friends of ours?
Sure. She's a giraffe.
Is that Monroe?
Yes, that's her. Okay, The Toll by Neil Shusterman, which only took me forever and a day to read.
When are you going to read The Thunderhead?
Money Shot Volume 1 by Tim Seeley, and Ghost Tree by Simon Gain. I think I already talked about The Toll a lot, so we'll go with Money Shot. Money Shot was fucking weird. I can't remember if I talked about it on the podcast at all, but it's like about these 4 scientists who I don't remember the whole premise, but they go to outer space to make porn with different races of aliens.
Wasn't that a comic book or a graphic novel?
Yes, they're super fun. They're very graphic. Very graphic.
Did you read just the one, or did you read...
No, I read 3 volumes of it.
That's just the first one you read that?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was volume 1. I'm going in chronological order of what I read.
Me too.
Okay.
You don't have ratings for all of those?
Oh, geez. Let me see here.
It's fine if you don't.
No, I do. It'll just take me a little bit. Okay. Giraffe Named Monroe was 3 stars.
Okay.
The Toll was 5, obviously. Money Shot was also 5.
Really?
And Ghost Tree was 4.
Okay.
They may have had a half star too, but I didn't keep a list like you did. I'd have to do some digging to find out about the half stars.
I made you a channel on
did.
Discord.
Remind me when we're done with this to go and update it for 2023, and I promise you that I will keep up with it.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Because I have one I made one for me, and I made one for 2023.
I put some of mine in there.
Yeah, you put like 2, and that's it.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Anyways, so my first game is Star Fox 64, 9.5 out of 10. This is my favorite game of all time. I beat it every single time on New Year's Day before I go to bed. It's a tradition. I can be as drunk as shit, and I'm still going to beat this game at least once.
Really weird.
Yeah. So yeah, I love Star Fox 64. If you haven't played it, you're missing out on life. If you never want to play this game, then what the hell is wrong with you?
Yes, exactly. My next chunk.
Yes.
Okay, we got Once Upon a Wardrobe by Patty Callahan Henry. Was a 5-star read. We have Harry Plopper and the Sorcerer's Stone, the illustrated edition, 5 stars. Don't judge me. Ophelia After All by Raquel Marie, also 5 stars. That was an amazing book. And Dragon Ball Full Color, The Saiyan Arc, Volume 1, which I only gave 3 stars.
Out of 5.
Out of 5. Ophelia was freaking amazing. It's about this girl, like...
Did you talk about that on the podcast?
I can't remember. I think I may have. Discovering her sexuality. Once Upon a Wardrobe was really awesome. It's about this terminally ill little boy who is obsessed with The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and all he wants to do is meet C.S. Lewis before he dies. And oh god, it ripped my fucking heart out.
It's a good book.
It was a very good book. Good. Everyone should read it.
My second game is Kenna, Bridge of Spirits, 9.5 out of 10. I started the year solid. I have a few very good, high-ranking, high-numbered games. I beat that one on January 4th, 2022. So Kenna...
That was the one with the little...
With the little black thingies.
cutie pies.
Yeah, they were little hats.
I bet they would make really awesome squishmallows.
They would make awesome squishmallows, especially the big fat ones. The cool thing is that they all combine into a giant dragon to break stuff and attack enemies. This game was really freaking good. I recommend anybody play it. Everybody play it because it is just so worth it. I think it's on PlayStation Network for free. I'm not sure if it is still, but you can get this game for like $40. It's super good. It's so worth the money. It's so much fun.
It's awesome. Okay, then we have the Dragon Ball Full Color Saiyan Arc Volume 2, which I gave 3 stars. We also have the Dragon Ball Full Color Saiyan Arc Volume 3, which I gave 3 stars. Obviously, these are all by Akira Toriyama. Then we had Love in the Time of Coronavirus 2020 in 2020, like 2020 Vision in 2020, by Richard Lenoir. I gave this 3 stars. Oh god, I feel so bad saying this. It was one of those...
Wasn't that one of those coronavirus love books that ended up just being like...
about like how to wash your hands properly. Yeah, it was written by a surgeon. And I was paid to read and review this book. I think I was only paid like $50. It wasn't worth it. And that 3 stars was kind of a fib on my part.
It should have been less.
Yeah. We're gonna hope that he never... There's no way in hell this man's ever gonna listen to this, I'm sure.
Watch me put him in the tags.
No, don't put him in the tags.
And
please, God.
Like in the searchable tags?
No. Nothing. Not the title, not his name, nothing. And then we had Saga Return. So Saga issue 55 by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. 5 fucking stars. Duh. But yeah, I was not so into the Saiyans at this point. I was really not feeling it very much. I'm
surprised you read so much Dragon Ball so quickly. Like,
well, it's because you made me. Because you're like, we're going to do a Dragon Ball episode.
Does it say what day?
And I procrastinated and procrastinated and procrastinated and procrastinated. And I had to read like all of it in one day. Let's see here. I finished 3 on January 23rd. I finished 1 on November 2nd. Wait, what? Oh, it's giving me the original date that I read it. Because remember, you had me read it, like, when we first met. Okay, so January 23rd. And then Volume 2, January 23rd. I read all of them.
And you didn't touch it all until the end of the year.
Yeah.
Wow.
I spent the whole year reading Dragon Ball.
That's good. That's good. That's what I wanted you to do.
Oh my god.
My next game is Unsighted. I gave this a 9 out of 10. That was on January 7th, 2022. This was a great game. It was like 2D Dark Souls, top down, kind of Zelda ish, made by a group in Brazil that's mostly comprised of LGBTQ members. And the story has a lot of LGBTQ representation. And it has this really cool mechanic that you can turn off, which I did, where the characters in the world will go crazy if you don't beat the game fast enough or if you don't give them specific items that they need to keep the crazy away. But that's something that you can turn off.
That's whack.
The game is fucking incredible. It's so good. It's worth the 9 out of 10. And if you do see it on sale or if you feel like picking it up, pick up Unsighted. It is so fucking good.
Nice.
I there was a review for it on the show too. So, what's your next 4 books?
Oh boy. We start with a book that changed my life. Do you know what it was?
The Luna Diaries.
No.
The Diary of Jane.
Ice Planet Barbarians
Breaking
by
Benjamin.
Ruby Dixon, which I gave 5 stars. Then we had Squad by Maggie Takuda Hall and Lisa Sturl, which I gave 4 stars. Kingdom of the Cursed by Carrie Maniscalco, gave 5 stars. And Lumberjanes Volume 2, Friendship to the Max by N.D. Stevenson and Grace Ellis and Shannon Waters. I gave that 5 stars. Ice Planet Barbarians, oh my god, I'll never understand why I enjoyed these books so much. I still haven't read the 4th or 5th one, I think. That's where I stopped. It doesn't make any sense at all because they're really not very good books, but they're really good for keeping your mind occupied and getting you into the mood if you need have something to help you along.
What score did you give that?
5 stars.
Ice Planet Barbarians?
5 stars.
Oh Lord.
I gave almost all of them 5 stars, I think.
Oh, those 4?
Well, we're coming up to the next one, so
okay.
I'll share with you in a moment.
Okay. My next game is for when you read some of the Dragon Ball. It was Dragon Ball Fighters, or Fighter Z if you're an animal. It's 8 out of 10. I did that one on January 22nd, 2022. The thing I hated about this game was the story mode because it was the same thing over and over again, and it was really stupid. But the rest of the game is incredible. Even you played it some with me.
I did.
You talked about it.
We played it that one night at on Player One too, a long time ago.
A long time ago.
We sat at that bar. We played it.
We should go back there sometime soon and play some more Fighter C on that screen, even though we have it at home.
We should. It's been a very long time.
It has.
Very long time.
I miss their arcade cabinets and all that stuff. But yeah, Fighter C, it's Dragon Ball C's 2D fighting game, kind of like Street Fighter, but better because Street Fighter is trash. Kind of Guilty Gear-ish because it's by Arc System Works, the same people that make Guilty Gear. So it's super fast. It's super hectic. It's punch, 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 Kamehameha, win, lose.
Kamehameha!
And Karradyne loves it. So
Yes.
if Karradyne loves a fighting game, that means it's actually good.
It's fun. Very fun.
What's your next 4 books?
Oddball by Sarah Anderson. I gave it 5 stars. Suddenly You by Lisa Kleypas. I gave it 4 stars. Alien Volume 1 Bloodlines by In Hyuk Lee, Salvador LaRocca,
Alien.
and Philip Kennedy Johnson. I gave it 5 stars. Yeah, Alien. It was like a Marvel Comics.
Why were you reading that?
I think it was in one of my hoopla phases where I check out like a million things and I read them boom, boom, boom. Because Oddball is another comic that I read.
I see.
Yeah. And I liked the Alien movies, even though that doesn't really make any sense at all. Just like Ice Planet Barbarians doesn't make any sense at all.
Alien movies is weirder than...
Ice Planet Barbarians?
Yeah.
Yes. Way weirder. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, the next Barbarian Alien by Ruby Dixon. I gave it 4 stars. I don't remember why I didn't think it was as good as the first one, but obviously I still enjoyed it. They're all very, very similar because it's all just these girls that were abducted and they're stranded with these big blue alien men now.
And
And
they have sex with the big blue aliens.
all the girls have very similar personalities, and all the big blue aliens have very similar personalities. And it all just loops back to sex. And there is nothing to do except hunt for food and have sex.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
that's
That's why they're called Ice Planet Barbarians.
it's upsetting.
Because we're back in barbarian times here.
Okay, my next game is Until Dawn. I gave it 8 out of 10. This is one that I played with Burger Champ that he made me play.
He made you.
He made me
Oh
play
my
because he's
gosh.
like, I want to be on the show. And I'm like, cool, what do you want to do? And he's like, Until Dawn and Beartown. And you were like, no Beartown. And he was like, okay, The Shining. And you were like, yay, The Shining.
No.
And then you were like,
Big no.
you're like, no, this game is this book is triggering me.
It was.
Until Dawn was great. It was fantastic. It's a point and click adventure game, kind of like the Tall Tale games, filled with actors like Hayden Panettiere and Rami Malek is in it. Super, super fun. It's worth the play, and you can pretty much get it for free all the time or for super cheap. So try it out.
Nice.
Next one.
Barbarian Lover by
Oh my
Ruby
Jesus
Dixon,
fucking Christ!
which I
Come
gave
on.
5 stars. And then Set on You by Amy Lee. I gave that 5 stars.
The Evanescence
No.
front woman.
No.
It's like I'm going.
Ianu, Child
under.
of Wonder, Volume 1 by Roy Okupe, Godwin Akpen, and Spoof Animation. I gave that 4 stars.
There's somebody out there in the world called Spoof Animation.
Oh my gosh, it was just like the letterer. And then I reread so that I could read the sequel, Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alire Science. Am I pronouncing his name correctly?
Science.
Science? Okay, 5 stars. Obviously, it's one of my favorite books ever. But it's a movie. It's coming out. I don't know if it's gonna be like a Netflix movie or a coming to theaters movie, but they're making it into a movie. It's such a beautiful book, so beautiful. So I reread it because the sequel had come out.
Aristotle and Dante and
Discover the Secrets of the Universe.
All right. My turn?
Your turn.
Okay. Guess which one's next? Chrono Trigger. 9.5 out of 10. I finished it on February 13th, 2022. Holy shit, what a game. This is probably one of the best RPGs ever. I beat it with Thrak. It was chosen by the patrons on Patreon. And I did a whole series with you where I told you the story as I played the game.
Yes, you did.
And you were so bored, and it's actually
I was so bored.
it's actually really boring stuff, but go listen to it. Subscribe to our Patreon, $2 a month. We haven't plugged it yet. So yeah. Chrono Trigger, 9.5 out of 10. It's so fucking good. It's such an incredible game.
I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
Go listen to the
but
episode because it's
Jesus
such.
Christ.
What was it? Episode 71 or something like that?
I don't even know. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's
Long
great.
time.
Great game. Great fucking game. Your turn.
Are you ready to complain again?
Yes.
Barbarian Mind by Ruby Dixon. I gave it 4 stars. I think that's the last one I read. Pretty sure.
Barbarian Mind.
Yes. Barbarian Mine. It's my barbarian. Oh,
Wow, that is terrible.
My Sister's Big Fat Indian Wedding by Sajni Patel. I gave that 3 stars. Under One Roof, the Stimonist novellas by Ali Hazelwood. Also gave that 3 stars. It was painful, but it really sucked. And I see now that it does not have a good average Goodreads rating. So apparently I'm not the only one who thought it sucked. And then Shopaholic Takes Manhattan, the Shopaholic number 2 book in the series by Sophie Kinsella. I gave that 4 stars. I love Sophie's books. She is so funny. They're so stupid, but they make me laugh out loud, and I need that sometimes. So I love her.
Okay,
Yes.
that's fair.
And we're starting to somewhat line up on my next 4.
Okay, my next one is Mega Man X8. Mega Man X, not X8. I don't think X8 exists. Mega Man X, I gave it 8 out of 10. That's where the 8 comes from.
There we go.
Finished that on February 24th, 2022. I am wondering if... Yes, I beat this for the show. Because this is This game I beat because I wanted to go through all of the Mega Man games at some point last year. All the Mega Man X games, which are the ones that I like, apart from the Zero and the CX ones. And I didn't continue past X. I know I started 2 and almost beat it a few months ago, but I haven't continued. But Mega Man X is the original Mega Man where the things change and it's so much better and it makes the original Mega Man games look like crap. And I love Mega Man X. Play this game. It's great. It's amazing. It's so much fun. It's on the X collection. You can find that typically for like $7 just the first part. So
Pretty cheap.
it's worth it. Yeah, because it's like Mega Man X1 through X4. So you got tons of good games.
Nice.
Yep. Next.
Okay, this is how we line up. Chrono Trigger or Boss Fight Books number 2 by Michael P. Williams. I gave it 2 stars. Was bored out of my fucking mind. It also has a terrible average Goodreads rating, but it also only has 423 ratings. That's pretty low.
That's
Especially
a lot.
since it published. No, that's like nothing. It published in 2014.
I wish we had 423 ratings.
Oh my gosh, this is totally different. Okay, and then Aristotle and Dante Dive into the Waters of the World by Benjamin O'Leary Science. I gave that 5 stars. Crave by Tracy Wolf. 1 fucking star. It was a fucking nightmare.
Wasn't that like
Vampire,
Twilight?
where she like turned into a gargoyle at the end or some shit.
Oh my lord.
She goes to a school and it's like vampires and werewolves and witches.
Right. I think
Yes.
you read that one with Carmen.
No, I didn't.
No?
She read it after I did. Or no, I think she started reading it because I was reading it and she finished it before I did. She didn't join us on the episode for that one, did she? I don't think so.
I think you guys might have talked about it on the episode.
I don't
I'm
remember.
not sure.
No.
Okay, continue.
Okay, The League of Gentlewomen Witches by India Holton. I gave that 4 stars. Yes, Crave, shoot me in the face. One of the worst piles of drivel I've ever read. And so many people on Bookstagram are obsessed with it. It doesn't make any sense.
Maybe it reminds them of their crap teenage years.
I mean, it reminded me of my crap teenage years, but not in a good way.
'Cause they were your teenage years. They were crap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe they missed their teenage years. I don't know.
My next one, Donkey Kong Country, 10 out of 10. March 20th, 2022. That's the one that I played with Carmen for that episode.
Okay.
This game fucking rocks. It's so good. The whole premise of the game is you're a gorilla and you're going on an adventure with your chimpanzee nephew to get your banana hoard back because a crocodile stole it.
Oh yeah, I remember. And y'all were talking about the sexy lady.
Oh, the sexy monkey lady?
Yeah.
Yeah, Candy Kong?
Yeah, her.
Yeah.
Candy Kong.
This game
That's
is
not weird.
it's just plain fun. Like it's like quote unquote realistic graphics. They just took like models and took pictures of them and then put them in the game so they kind of look like real-ish. And it just plays so well. It's so fast paced. The platforming is like impeccable. It's such an amazing fucking game. And the only problem with the game is that the flower selection is not great because there aren't any chimpanzees.
I can't.
No chimpanzees.
Nobody's gonna get where that's from. Nobody.
It's from Frasier.
Yes. One of the final episodes, actually.
The chimpanzee.
I can't. Okay, my turn.
Yes.
The Royals Next Door by Karina Halley. Gave it a whopping 2 stars. It's literally just somebody writing about Meghan and Harry and not calling him Meghan and Harry. The Heart Principle by Helen Huang. I gave
Say
it
that.
3 stars. What?
The Meghan and Harry thing. I saw a South Park episode not too long ago where they make fun of Meghan and Harry. They're the Prince and Duchess of Canada. And they look like Meghan and Harry. And they're like parading throughout the entire world doing the Leave Us Alone tour. And they're just like walking around the streets with sign that says, "Leave us alone, stop looking
my
at us."
gosh, I
And
can't.
they move into South Park across the street from one of the kids. And they're like the entire time trying to get him to pay attention to them so that they can tell them stop paying attention to us.
Oh my God, I
It's so
can't.
fucking stupid.
I can't.
And when they start ignoring them, like they go fucking ballistic. Like Megan is crying the entire time because
That's
they're not paying
amazing.
attention. It's so
I
funny.
can't. Oh my God. Okay. A Brush with Love by Maisie Eddings. I gave it 1 star. And The No Show by Beth O'Leary. I gave it 2 stars. I don't know how I didn't wind up in a slump. I probably did, because all of these were bad. All of them. I didn't really enjoy any of them at all. I think my 3 stars for The Heart Principle was generous, because I didn't like that one at all. Yeah, it's a bad time, especially since I see that the next book I didn't rate very highly either. Yay!
So I have March 20th, 2022. I also did the Two Towers on GBA. 6 out of 10.
Nice.
Thinking back on it, 6 out of 10. I wonder why I gave it a 6 out of 10. Because
It's pretty low.
yeah, I really did enjoy this game a lot growing up, but I think revisiting it is not as fun. I think a lot has to do with how close the camera is to the character and there not being a map. A map helps a lot in games. Like a map can make or break a game for me now that I'm an adult. Because I don't have the time to be exploring and looking around and shit. But the Two Towers GBA 6 out of 10 feels right. It's an okay game. You can probably get it for like $5 in your retro game store. So just pick it up, play it, return it if you don't like it. What's your next one?
My next one was a Patreon choice. Among the Beasts and Briars by Ashley Poston, which I gave 1 star. 1. And then we have Saga issue 56 by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. I gave that one 4 stars. Then we have It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey, which I was fucking obsessed with. I gave 5 stars.
What happened one summer?
It happened one summer.
It happened one summer.
And then obviously it was Middle Earth March, and I reread The Hobbit for who knows how many times by J.R.R. Tolkien, and I gave it 5 stars, obviously. Okay, now, like, imagine how many ratings do you think that The Hobbit has on Goodreads?
Millions?
Yes, 3,645,080 ratings. 645,080 ratings. Guess what its average rating out of 5 stars is?
Like 4?
4.28. That's pretty fucking good.
That is pretty fucking
Although
good.
I do think Sarah J. Maas might have some higher ratings.
Might.
Might.
Because women are rabid for Sarah J. Maas.
Yes, we are. No shame.
Okay, next game. The Return of the King for the Game Boy Advance. 8 out of 10.
Nice. Much better.
Much, much better. This game is like above and beyond, above Two Towers in quality. This is the Game Boy Lord of the Rings game you should play. It is Diablo style, so it's isometric, top down. Lots of killing monsters, lots of loot collecting, lots of exploring. It's so much fun. And like the thing is that these games got so much care and attention put into them because if you play Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli's story, they're going to be somewhat the same. If you play Frodo's story, it's entirely different. If you play Gandalf's story, it's entirely different. And if you play Arwen's story, it's entirely different.
I would want to play Arwen's story.
It's like taking the humans to Minas Tirith and defending it. It's very good stuff.
Nice.
Very, very good stuff. Next.
A Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba Bray. This is what I did with Carmen. I gave it 5 stars on my reread. Then, don't hate me, Ice Planet Honeymoon, Vectel and Georgie by Ruby Dixon. I didn't like this one as much. I gave it 3 stars. Then Hotel Magnifique by Emily J. Taylor. Also didn't love it. Gave it 3 stars. And Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. 5 stars.
Oh, God, you wouldn't shut up about that book.
I loved that book so much. Yeah, A Great and Terrible Beauty. I did enjoy my reread of that one, but I lost it a bit with that second book. For sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Next.
My favorite game of the year.
Oh, Cyberpunk? Yes.
Cyberpunk 2077, 10 out of 10. Finished it March 30th, 2022. This was chosen by our Patreons because they thought that they were going to get me to play a bad game. But
Little did they know.
little did they know, the day I started it was the day before the PS5 upgrade came out. So I upgraded to the PS5 version, and holy fucking shit, this game changed my life.
I'm so glad.
It is fucking incredible. It is so goddamn good. It is without a doubt, the best open world RPG ever. I am going to fight anyone who says the contrary. The Witcher 3, fuck that game. Cyberpunk 2077. Basically, it's futuristic. Keanu Reeves is with you the entire time. You have upgrades. You have a lawless city. It is just so fucking phenomenal. If you're on the fence about playing this game, watch Cyberpunk Edge Runners on Netflix, which is the anime. If that anime doesn't get you to play the game, then something is definitely wrong with you. Play the game regardless. I fucking guarantee you will love it. It is so good. What's your next book?
I reread The Love Hypothesis by Ellie Hazelwood.
Of course.
Even though I just read it like a couple months before. And I gave it 5 stars because it's fucking amazing. And then I read Money Shot Volume 2 by Rebecca Isaacs, Kurt Michael Russell, and Tim Seeley. And I gave it 5 stars. I read The Fall of Gondolin by J.R.R. Tolkien for Middle-earth March. Gave that 5 stars. And I read Saga issue 57 and Brian K. Vaughan, Fiona Staples. It was not my favorite. I gave it 3 stars. Okay. I do not remember what happened in that one, but based on the cover, I think it was all about whatever the fuck that bounty hunter's name is. I can't remember.
Boba Fett?
No. Yes, Boba Fett. It was all about Boba Fett, and I don't like him. That's not true, just so you know.
My next game, Dragon Ball Advance Adventure. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I think this was when you read the Namek saga, right? I think so, right? Because you should have Dragon Ball coming up pretty soon on your list.
Yes,
right?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, yeah, we did this back in this. I finished this game back in April 25th, 2022. It is a side-scrolling beat-em-up Dragon Ball game. It is so much fun. It goes from Goku being a little kid to him still being a little kid. It's fun. It's a straight up beat 'em up. It's for the Game Boy Advance. It's great. It's fun. Go listen to the episode because I don't know what else to tell you right now.
All right. So then I read The Hard Tomorrow by Eleanor Davis. Did not love it. Gave it 2 stars. All My Rage by Saba Tahir. Absolutely loved it. This book wrecked me. 5 stars. It is some really difficult content. If you decide you want to read it, I would definitely recommend looking at that first. The Me You Love in the Dark, books 1 through 5 by Scotty Young and Jorge Corona. I gave that 4 stars. And then I started the Frieza arc. So Dragon Ball Full Color Frieza arc volume 1. They're out of order here. So remind me to go back to volume 2 when we start. Akira Toriyama, obviously, I gave it 3 stars. I did not love the Frieza arc.
It takes forever.
Yeah.
It takes for fucking ever. It is not my favorite.
It was not fun.
No, it's not.
It's all out of order here. So I'm going to be a little bit confused for a minute. Go ahead.
In the next one, I killed Chaos. It's Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Stranger of Paradise, 8 out of 10. So let me tell you a little bit about this game because I think you would appreciate this one. So when they announced this game, in whatever game show they announced it, the entire trailer was the main character, Jack, saying, "I'm going to kill Chaos." And it became a meme quickly because, it's funny that a blondish, new metalish looking dude is like, "I'm going to kill Chaos." And then, like, all of the trailers are like people telling him very important shit about what's going on in the world. And he's like, "I don't give a fuck," and walking away while listening to Limp Bizkit. Listening to literal fucking Limp Bizkit.
Of all things.
Yes.
You could have listened to.
Yes.
Slipknot, Metallica. No, we got to listen to Limp Bizkit.
Yes.
Limp Bizkit.
Yep. And there was one scene where the character's like, "And if we don't do this, this is going to happen and whatnot and this and that." And he's like, "Bullshit." Just walks away. Like, what the fuck, this game? I feel like this game showed enough insanity that if they would have gone full on new metal, stupid craziness, like fucking attitude, it would have sold millions of copies. They just needed to push that crazy shit. And the game, it's a dungeon crawler, so you have like giant dungeons that you can go with your team of 3 and fight monsters and shit with Dark Souls-y kind of combat, but fast paced.
Praise the sun.
Yes, but fast paced. So say it faster.
Praise the sun.
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 There you go. And it ties into Final Fantasy, the original Final Fantasy. So I feel like if they would have buckled down and been like, let's make this as stupid as possible, people would have loved it even more because it's actually a fun game.
I like stupid things.
Even
I
though
like this dog.
it is very stupid, that dog. Even though the game gets kind of repetitive, with friends, it's still a shit ton of fun. So I feel like they kind of missed an opportunity there, and I hope they make a sequel, even though it's really not necessary. And they actually do embrace the new metal aspects of it because, you know, falling away from me playing in the background while you're killing a giant a giant monster called
away from
there's a monster called the Marlboro.
what?
Yep. And it's literally a giant
Cigarette.
no, it's a giant green COVID looking motherfucker that spews poison and health
COVID.
ailments, yes, like COVID. And it's called the Marlboro, and I think that fighting that while falling away from me is playing in the background would have been fucking genius.
Away from
Yeah, or a freak on a leash or whatever. And you're like, while you're like fighting something.
Yeah.
That was Power Rangers.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, that's enough of Stranger Paradise. Continue.
Okay, then I have Dragon Ball Full Color The Frieza Arc Volume 2 by Akira Toriyama. Also gave it 3 stars. Then I have Dragon Ball Full Color Frieza Arc Volume 3. Akira Toriyama gave it 3 stars.
Okay.
Then I had Dragon Ball Full Color Frieza Arc Volume 4 by Akira Toriyama. I gave it 3 stars. Then I had Dragon Ball Full Color Frieza Arc number 5. And I gave it 4 stars.
Yes,
so we
that's when you started
we
liking
started
it.
climbing the hill at that point. We started to climb.
You were like 4 stars, and I was like, what? Really? And you were like,
that was the
yeah.
first time you were excited.
You were so reluctant to confirm that you actually gave it 4 stars.
I was really hesitant.
It's my turn.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land, 9.5 out of 10.
That was with Carmen.
That was for Carmen. This game was a fucking great time to play. It was a fucking blast.
Even though you were so pissed the first time you saw him eat that car.
I was upset.
You were so upset.
I am still upset.
God.
It's upsetting seeing Kirby stretch itself out over a car and have his little feet dangling in the back and the hands going like this on the side, like flopping in the wind. It is upsetting. It gives credit to the theory that Kirby is an eldritch god. It is highly upsetting, but Kirby and the Forgotten Land was a very, very fun game. I played this while we were going to Puerto Rico, while we were in Puerto Rico, and then coming back from Puerto Rico, and then I played it some more here. And I 100% of this game. I did every fucking thing in this game. I had a blast the entire time.
It's pretty impressive.
And you want to know what?
What?
It was even more fun to talk about the game with Carmen. This is one of those games where it's fun to play, but it's even more fun to talk about. And that episode with Carmen is, I don't remember the episode number, but it is worth a listen. So go listen. It's like 3 hours long.
Oops.
Because we got into talking about racing children and how parents are terrible.
Oh my gosh.
It's a great episode. And the game's fucking fun. Just play Kirby and the Forgotten Land. So
And
Nintendo
listen to the episode.
Yes. Buy this game like 5 times so Nintendo gives us more of these because it was fucking fantastic. What's your next 4 books?
A Fate of Wrath and Flame by K.A. Tucker. I gave it 2 stars. Enola Holmes and the Elegant Escapade by Nancy Springer. I gave it 3 stars. Then I have 2 kids' books. Mother Goose Goes to India by Kabir Segal, Suristha Segal, and Waza Pink.
Did she have butter chicken?
Probably. I gave it 5 stars.
Is that cannibalism?
And then I read The Great Zapfino by Mac Barnett and Marla Frazee. I gave it 4 stars.
Would that be cannibalism, or would that be the same as us eating chimpanzees or monkeys?
Oh my god, I can't with you. Okay. A Fate of Wrath and Flame, K.A. Tucker. She writes or wrote or has written a bunch of contemporary romance, like that takes place in Alaska or some shit. It's like the Great Wild or whatever. I don't even know. Stuff that I am not into. Like I would never pick up those books, no matter how hyped they are on Bookstagram. But then she wrote this fantasy novel, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna read that. Oh my God. Like the heroine spends 90% of the book locked in a room like Rapunzel and like nothing happens. And all this stuff happens with like the devil in the beginning or something like that. But then none of it ever gets explained. It just gets forgotten and she's locked in a room. And it is so fucking boring.
That sucks.
Yeah. Anyway, next.
Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, 7 out of 10.
Nice.
This was with that we
Yeah,
covered
I'm
this
seeing
with
the Star Wars books coming up in my feed
So-
now with Logan and Jen.
Jen and Logan. Yeah, it was more fun to shit on the game than to actually play this game.
It
Because
was so funny.
it covers episodes 1 through 9. And honestly, the gameplay is so weird in this game because they try to do like open world, and like the fun of the Lego games is to play through the movies. And a movie is weird when it's open world. It has to be linear if you're gonna retrace the steps. So I felt like this game was the most fun when it was being linear than when it was giving you like free reign of, oh, go explore all of Coruscant. Like, I don't care about Coruscant. Let me just fight clones and shit. But I mean, it's still a decent game. It's not terrible. It just wasn't for me because Jen and Logan absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And
Well, they also didn't finish it.
yeah, and I have friends that played it and absolutely loved it. But you know,
Yeah.
it's whatever. Opinions are opinions. They're not fact.
We're also not like diehard Star Wars fans like they are.
Like they are.
We're not at their level.
Yes.
You're closer to their level than I am, but neither one of us are at their level.
Yeah, we didn't have Star Wars wedding.
They didn't have a Star Wars wedding.
Nick and Kaylee did.
Oh, well, we're not talking about Nick and Kaylee right now.
Okay, continue.
Okay, anyway, Stella Keeps the Sun Up by Clothilda Ewing. I gave that 5 stars. Saga issue 58. I gave that 4 stars. The Nature of Middle Earth by Tolkien. I gave that 5 stars because duh. Lore Olympus Volume 1. 5 stars by Rachel Smythe. Lore Olympus. I'm obsessed. Like, this is a super fun take on Hades and Persephone, and I just love it. I love the art style. I can't wait for, I think it's volume 3 or 4. 4 comes out in June, I think. I'm obsessed with them. Definitely have some content warnings that you should check out before you dive into them. But they're so much fun and they're so beautiful. I just love them. I devour them in like an hour and a half.
Are they that short?
No, they're not short. It's just graphic novels. So.
Oh, graphic novels. Okay.
Yeah.
My next game, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, 9 out of 10. This game was fucking incredible. It was.
I remember you being obsessed with it.
It was so good. I think this might be the best game on the original Xbox. And I cannot wait to dive into Knights of the Old Republic 2, which we're doing this year for May. Kiko's going to be on that episode. He already confirmed. And yeah, so you got to pick a comic book so I can tell him to read it too.
Okay. I'll just keep reading those Vader comics then, because I never finished them.
You started them though.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to have him read the whole Vader thing.
I mean,
then.
it's short, so.
Isn't
it's
that
comics?
It's Marvel?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let him know. And yeah, I can't wait to play Knights of the Old Republic 2. But also Jedi Survivor is coming at the end of April. And
Oh boy.
I'm going to have so much Star Wars stuff to do this May. I can't wait for
Oh, boy.
May. May is going to be awesome. All right, next book.
Okay. I Kissed Shara Wheeler by Casey McQuiston. I gave this 4 stars. Then Lost Stars by Claudia Gray, which I read for the Star Wars episode with Jen and Logan. I gave it 3 stars. Then Iron Widow by Xiaran J. Zhao.
My cousin?
Why does it not have my rating on it? I definitely gave it 5 stars. Let me check this.
Did you say Saren, my cousin?
It's not Zarin, it's Chinese.
Oh.
Why is this not working? It's definitely okay. That's weird. 5 stars. Then Star Wars
Iron Widow?
Yes.
Okay.
Star Wars Darth Vader Volume 1 Dark Heart of the Sith by Greg Pak, Raphael Ianco, and Niraj Menon. I gave it 5 stars. It was really good. I Kissed Shara Wheeler. I think I talked about this one on the podcast. I wanted to love this book so much. It's by the author who wrote Red, White, and Royal Blue, but I think that was a one-hit wonder for me because her other 2 books, or their other 2 books, I can't remember if they're non-binary or not. I'm just going to say they to be safe. Their other 2 books I've hated. Not hated, but when compared to, like, if you had it on a scale of how much I love Red, White, and Royal Blue, I hated these books. I still gave them fairly good star ratings, but comparison on the love meter, it was hate. They're nowhere near as good as the Red, White, and Royal Blue. I think they
it was like the original Jurassic Park and the 2 sequels. Like,
yeah,
the original is good. The 2 sequels are
Jeff Goldblum may have been there, but it wasn't the same.
On their own, they're okay, but compared to their trash. Okay.
Next.
Resident Evil 4, 9.5 out of 10. I didn't do that one for the show. I got stuck on a phone call with a family member and I put that on.
Your grandma?
Either my grandma or my dad. I got on a call with them and it was like 2 hours long and I just put it on just so that I could have like something to do so I could keep sometimes I think I have like some sort of attention issue because I need to be doing something or have something like
I definitely have an attention
my
issue.
sensors so that I can focus. And that's what I did with Resident Evil 4, but it became such a thing that by the end of the call, I was so far into the game, I was like, might as well just finish it. So I finished the fucking game and gave it a 9.5 out of 10. Because I had covered this when we started the podcast on that first horror month episode.
I see. Nice. Okay, Star Wars Darth Vader Volume 2, Into the Fire, by the same people as I just mentioned. Also gave that one 5 stars. I enjoyed it. Rebel Angels by Libba Bray, which did with Carmen when you did Kirby, and I gave 3 stars because that one was not as good rereading. Or, you know, now that we're older, we're able to see
all the bad parts.
Yeah, exactly. More clearly. Then I had The Bodyguard by Catherine Sinner. This was my first Catherine Sinner book. I just talked about Hello Stranger. She wrote this one. I gave this one 5 stars. And The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen. Also gave it 5 stars. I need to keep reading that series. I really enjoyed that book. It was very Throne of Glass-esque, you could say. Really enjoyable, but I have not gone back to it yet. Because there's so many books in the world. Sometimes I forget about those series that I've started. And I mean, unless it was like blow your mind, out of this world amazing, I'm not necessarily going to pick up the second book right away.
Like The Toll.
Yeah.
Like Thunderhead.
Yeah.
When are you going to read the Thunderhead?
Shut up. Keep going.
My next game is TMNT Shredder's Revenge, 8 out of 10. That one came out. I was waiting for that one for years. And a buddy of mine were like, once the game comes out, we're going to play it together and we're going to go through the whole thing together. We haven't played it together yet. But I did get to play it together with Matt and it was a lot of fun. This is one that I think that you and I should sit down and play through and actually talk about on the show because it's fun. And you did have a fun time with Turtles in Time when we covered it for the show that one time.
I did.
It's a beat 'em up. It's based on the 80s cartoon. It's a ton of fun. The music fucking rocks, and it's just so much fun to play. It's definitely worth the purchase. So, Turtles in Time, Shredder's Revenge, 8 out of 10.
Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I gave it 1 star. Then I went back to Something is Killing the Children with issue number 21 by James Tinian IV, Werther Deladera, and Miquel Muerto. Gave it 4 stars. Then we got Saga 59, Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. I gave it 4 stars. And then we go back to Something is Killing the Children, number 22. Also gave it 4 stars. Emily Henry, I don't know why she is such a fucking darling of Bookstagram because she fucking sucks. I hate every fucking word that I have read that this woman put to paper. I don't know why she's allowed to continue writing books. It is a crime. She is terrible. I I can't stand her books. I can't.
Maybe.
But I continue reading them because Bookstagram is so like creaming their panties over her that I'm like, maybe there's just something I'm not seeing and I'll see it in the next one. No, 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 no. Her next book, Happy Place, comes out like I think in the next couple months. And I think I'm probably going to torture myself yet again and I'm going to wish I'd died instead. I fucking hate her.
So she's like the Jimmy Fallon of books. Shit at everything
I
they
don't
do, but
dislike
for
Jimmy
some
Fallon the way
reason,
that you do. But
I fucking
sure.
hate that guy.
Yeah.
That guy needs to. I'm not gonna say it.
I cannot stand this woman's writing. I can't. It's awful.
Okay, my next book.
Okay.
My next game, The Legend of Zelda: Wind Waker, 9.5 out of 10. Holy shit! Nintendo needs to put this game on the Switch. It is incredible on the Wii U. I had an amazing time. Like I remember this game being fun. I don't remember it being this amazing. We covered this with Mariela, right? On the show.
Which one?
A Wind Waker?
Yes, we did.
Yes. Holy fuck, what an awesome game. Nintendo needs to put this on the Switch now. Like, it's Link at Sea. Like, Hyrule is flooded. You get to explore this massive fucking ocean. And they added, like, the super fast sail on the Wii U version so you can go fast. Very quickly. It's oh my god, it's so good. Like the combat is fun, the puzzles are fun. Like the puzzles are simple, they're not that challenging, but they still make you rattle your brain a little bit, and they hit with dopamine. Like once you figure shit out, it's so good. And like they fixed the Triforce quest, that horrid fucking Triforce quest from the original. They fixed it. It's not that much better. Well, it's a lot more better. It's not completely perfect, but it's
better, not more better.
Much more better.
Better, not more better.
Wind Waker, 9.5 out of 10.
Oh my god.
Books, come on.
Crazy Food Truck, Volume 1 by Rokurao Ogaki.
That one has nudity in it.
4 stars. Yes, it does. Right. I also vividly remember reading this when we were convinced I had COVID, and I kept going to get COVID tests, and they were all negative, but I was so sick. It was just normal sickness. Just, we're incapable of thinking anything is not COVID these days.
Yep.
Okay, then Fury Song, my favorite book of the year. The last book in the Aurelian cycle by Rosaria Munda. 5 stars. Amazing. Then A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. I gave that 4 stars. I think I gave it 4.5. It was really good. I almost gave it 5. And then Fuck My Life Postscript by Cecilia Ahern. 2 stars. 2.
I'm almost at the game that we covered with
yes.
Postscript.
Yeah. What did you do with Postscript?
Dragon Quest 8.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know what to say about any of these. Everything up until Postscript was really enjoyable. A River Enchanted, I think that was one of the books that I got on my Christmas haul. Remember when they had the all hardback books 50% off?
Right.
I haven't read it yet, but I bought it because it was a really, really good book. She's very eloquent.
Like me.
Yeah, so eloquent. Okay, anyway, keep going.
The Legend of Zelda Minish Cap, 7.5 out of 10. What did you read for Zelda month?
I don't know. Did I
Did you read anything?
When was this happening? In
June? Yeah, in June. So
I just started the month of June here, so
you might have something in a bit.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Minish Cap, 7.5 out of 10. I hated this game. I gave it a 7.
I think I hated the manga.
I think I gave it.
I hated all the manga. Let's be real.
I think I gave it a 7.5 just because it's Zelda. Because honestly, I don't remember liking this game. I remember it being pretty fucking bad, actually. What did I do that I was able to play the game in one day while being at home? Was I off from work?
Are you sure this wasn't the game that you were playing while we were on a Georgia trip?
No,
because I know there was one of them that you were playing on a Georgia trip. Because I remember you played on the way up and I read on the way back or something like that.
No.
No?
No.
I don't know.
Because I was playing this on the DS.
Oh, I have no idea.
I remember being on the couch, laying down on the couch all day playing this game. So I don't remember it was July 10th. I wonder what the hell I was doing, but I was off.
It was the day before our anniversary.
Was this was after I started my new no June 20th. I was in
My
between jobs.
surgery,
I was in
or
between jobs. Yeah, your
oh yeah,
surgery.
because you had like a week or two off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had like 2 weeks off, and it worked out because it was in line with my surgery. You're right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Yeah, 7.5 out of 10. It's on the Switch Game Boy Advance service. If you want to play it, go ahead. If you pay for it, why not? But don't waste your money on this game. I did not like it at all. What's your next book?
The Backstagers, Volume 1, Rebels Without Applause, by James Tinian IV, Ryan Sig, and Walter Baiamonte. I gave it 2 stars. I only read it because of James Tinian, because I love Something's Killing the Children.
Another graphic novel?
Yeah. Seconds by Brian Lee O'Malley. Did you ever read that one? Mm-mm. I didn't think so. And Nathan Fairbairn, I gave it 3 stars. It is not Scott Pilgrim. I did not really enjoy it. The Righteous by Renee Adier. That's the third in the Beautiful series. And The Most Disappointing. I gave it 1 star. And one of my favorite books of the year, Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake. And it's another one where it doesn't show my rating. I did give it 5 stars. Let me fix that. Yeah, I would be gay for Delilah Green. Full blown gay.
Is that when you
Not
discovered
just half gay.
That you're bi?
I think that was when I started to think about it more.
Okay.
Oh, maybe it's not just Liv Tyler that I have the hots for.
It's Kat Dennings too. My next one is Dragon Quest VIII: Journey of the Cursed King. 6 out of 10. I have struggles with this game because there's things that I remember about it that I was like, I really like that, and there's some other things that I think about it and I'm like, I absolutely fucking hated that. Like the leveling, I hated the leveling so much. Oh man, that I fucking hate that. This game did the thing at least where when you level up, your full health and magic happen. Like you get full health and magic, which is great. I feel like that's the game respecting me and my time, but I don't feel like it respects me and my time when it takes me 12 battles to go up 1 level.
Bless it.
That I hated. But I did go through the entire game. I did beat the final boss of the game, which was a pain in the ass. And I still gave it a 6 out of 10. Thrak was a little bit disappointed. I am not done with the Dragon Quest series. I am planning on going and playing 4 and 11 at some point, and I still want to get 5 and 6 for the DS at some point, which Karradyne is probably going to give me for my birthday.
Okay.
And yeah, what's your next one?
Coven by Jennifer Dugan. I gave this one 4 stars. The Gilded Ones by Namina Forna, 5 stars. The Girl from the Sea by Molly Knox Ostertag, 5 stars. And Miss Butterworth and the Mad Baron by Julia Quinn, Violet Charles, and Sarah Gorley. Like 1 fucking star.
Miss Buttersworth, like the pancake lady?
Her name's not Miss Butterworth.
Miss Buttersworth? Yeah.
Oh, but it's Butterworth. Not Buttersworth.
Buttersworth?
No.
Like
Shut your face.
Lady?
No.
No?
No.
Pancake
The Gilded
lady.
Ones was really enjoyable, and I want to read the second book. It's about like... Shit, I don't even remember what it's about. It's about some girls who have a power to destroy things with their voices, I think. I can't remember. It's been too long, and then I had my surgery, and I don't remember. But yeah, Miss Butterworth was really fucking bad. It's the Bridgerton author. She wrote a graphic novel, yeah.
All right.
And I felt really bad giving it 1 star because at the end, there's like this note because her sister was the illustrator and her sister died like in this really awful car accident. And I was like, oh, she didn't die. Like I think it had published somewhat recently and she died just a little bit before that. Yeah, pretty unfortunate.
Oh well.
But you know, I got to be honest in my reviews because I haven't been honest in all of them because I got paid for them. Mm-hmm. But if I'm not getting paid, I got to be honest.
Yeah. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, 7 out of 10. I played this game while I was in a lull. Like I didn't know what else to play, and I was just like, well, I guess I might as well finish this game since I already started it, and it was like 80 hours long, and I didn't like all the 80 hours. I think I liked like 5 hours of the game, and then the rest was just. But this is a game that I started when it came out, which was I think 2021. And I played a little bit and a little bit and a little bit and a little bit until I got far long enough where I was like, might as well just push through. And it's set in the age where the Vikings are invading England, and it's not that fun. I think Odyssey was a lot better, but also Odyssey had a better main character, not just a fight hungry Viking. Don't play this game unless you can do it for free. Don't waste your time or your money on this game. I did not enjoy it at all. It's a 7 out of 10.
That's still pretty high.
I feel like
for not enjoying it.
I mean, I might have enjoyed it at the time,
That's
but like
more than you gave the Two Towers.
thinking back on it,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, Something Fabulous by Alexis Hall. I gave it 4 stars. The Minish Cap, The Legend of Zelda #8 by Akira Himekawa and Argamiro Sancho. I gave it 2 stars. Then Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Sulin Tan. I gave it 5 fucking stars. And Money Shot Volume 3 by Tim Seeley, Sarah Beatty, Caroline Lee Lane. I gave it 3 stars. I don't remember why I didn't like that one as much. But Daughter of the Moon Goddess, fucking perfection. Second favorite book of the year. Perfection.
That's not the Yu-Gi-Oh one.
Perfection. No, I haven't read that book yet.
Okay. All right.
It's by the Iron Widow author. They're not the same person.
Gotcha. All right. My next game, Stray.
Oh, yeah, with the kitty.
There's a little kitty cat. Go around, meow at people. The robots think you're weird, but they pet you, and you could go like meow on them. It's 8.5 out of 10. There's a trophy for you to lay down on a cushion and stay there for like a real world hour. So if you leave the cat alone sleeping for an hour, they will give you a trophy, which is kind of weird, but
That is really weird. Okay.
it's a fun-ish game. If you like being a cat and being a nuisance, then
If you're a furry.
you might enjoy this game. Personally, I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was a game of the year contender. I didn't think it was as amazing as people thought it was. I thought it was just a fine game. I feel like this game shined the brightest whenever you were in a platforming section and you were being chased, because there's these little creatures that chase you, and you get to run away from them, and those moments were pretty fun. But other than that, it's just a game. But you do get to meow on people, which is pretty fun. You go like meow, and the robot gets scared and drops his paint.
Oh my goodness.
And
I
the other
can't.
robot comes out from under the building and starts screaming like, "You dropped paint in my house!"
How dare you?
Yeah, no, that
Okay.
yeah, causing chaos as a kitty.
Okay, we got Saga issue 60 by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. Back to the 4 stars. For the Wolf by Hannah F. Witten. I gave that 5 stars. Laura Olympus Volume 2 by Rachel Smythe. 5 stars. And Aliana, Girl of Dragons by Julie Abe. 1 star.
Eliana.
Yeah, that was really
Eliana
awful.
Cross.
I was skimming that book so hard.
Not
It
just
sucked.
another bloody
I'm gonna keep
Mary.
ignoring you. For the Wolf is a really, really good
Eliana.
Beauty and the Beast,
Rip
but
off.
also
Eliana Cross.
it's Beauty and the Beast, and it's another fairy tale too. That it's like more. I'm trying to remember.
Okay.
So it's like Little Red Riding Hood and Beauty and the Beast, but it's more Beauty and the Beast
Then Red Riding Hood.
than Red Riding Hood. Yeah, it was really, really good. I've got the second book sitting on my book cart waiting to be read. I'll read it eventually.
My next game is one that you thought I was making up the name for.
Which one? Chorves?
Live Alive.
Oh yeah, Chorves and Live Alive. I seriously thought you were just goofing around and
Making shit up
picking
again.
on me. Yeah,
But does it not say chorves?
it does say Chorves.
It's chorus, but it says chorves.
Chorves.
No, Live Alive. I gave it a 9 out of 10. I didn't finish the game. I still got to go back to it and do the final fight. Because the thing is, like at the end, like you can actually grind and get levels and be where you want to be to fight the final boss. And there's like a bunch of other shit that you can do to add to the story, which is great. But I didn't feel like doing that at the time, so I just said like, I'm gonna put it to the side. I'll finish it eventually. But with what I played, which was most of the game, it's still a 9 out of 10. And like that extra stuff, it just adds on to that amazing RPG experience. This is one that I recommend wholeheartedly.
Wholeheartedly.
It's on Switch. There's a demo for the PS5 right now, and it's coming to PS5 eventually. So play Live Alive. It's so fucking good. And the music is so good. Like in the caveman times, whenever you fight, it's Santana. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Like Santana's fucking playing. Like the music is so fucking good in this game, and it's so good. And like the funny moments are very funny, the emotional moments are very emotional. It's great. It's such a great game.
Very nice. So my next two sections are all graphic novels and comics. First, we have Stranger Things: The Other Side by Jody Houser, because that was like right after I finished season 1. And I loved it. It's Jody Houser, Stefano Martino, and Keith Champagne. I gave it 3 stars. New London, it's number 3 in the Wood series by James Tinian IV, Michael Dialynis, Hosan Gonzalez. I gave that 4 stars. Then Steven Universe Warp Tour Volume 1 by Whitney Koger, Katie Farina, and Melanie Gilman. 3 stars.
You read Steven Universe?
Yeah, just that one, because I see it talked about online all the time. I don't get it.
I am on my TikTok. You know how it was South Park for a very long time and Family Guy?
Now it's all Steven Universe?
Yeah. And like I'm watching, I'm like, this isn't funny. What? Like it's emotional. Why is this on my...
Who knows?
Like there's like this whole episode that they put like a big chunk of that is like Steven talking about his trauma, and it's like heavy shit. And I'm like, I don't want to see this on my timeline.
Bless it.
And then I'm like, Karen will love this.
I didn't enjoy this one.
Oh, it's
not really.
It can get Steven Universe can get very rough emotionally. But
okay, then I've got Heartstopper Volume 4 by Alice Oseman. I gave that 4 stars. And yeah, I can't say there were any real showstoppers in that bunch. Fun times. You.
Saints Row, the reboot that came out last year, 6.5 out of 10. I got it early. I played it. I was enjoying it, having a good time with it. And it then just kind of sort of ends. And you think back on it and you're like, this is a PlayStation 3 game, but a very early PlayStation 3 game. It's good for what it is. It's just not good for a reboot of Saints Row.
Oh boy.
And the millennial humor, it can be fun, but some of it is like, this was written by boomers.
Oh, bless it.
You get this game on a discount, and I know that the Saints Row team like have this huge roadmap of shit that they want to add to the game, which is great. I'm probably going to pick this back up again once they've gone through the entire roadmap so I can experience all the new content. Because it's not terrible. It's just not worthy of being a Saints Row game. What's your next set of books?
Galaxy, the Prettiest Star by Jadzia Axelrod and Jess Taylor. Gave it 5 stars. Then We Don't Kill Spiders, issue 1 by Joseph Paul Schmalke, DC Hopkins, and Sean French. I gave that 5 stars. Then To Kill a Mockingbird, the graphic novel by Fred Fordham and Harper Lee, 5 stars. And Critical Role, Vox Machina Origins, Volume 1 by Matthew Mercer, Matthew Colville, and Olivia Sampson, 5 stars. To Kill a Mockingbird is one of my favorite books of all time.
Is that the one that Homer Simpson read?
But it doesn't show you how to kill birds at all.
And
it's not how to kill a mockingbird.
It teaches you.
It is to kill a mockingbird, not how.
Teaches you tolerance for your fellow man,
yes.
to not discriminate based on their color.
Yes.
But it doesn't
Nothing
tell you
about
killing birds. I love that quote so much.
I can't.
It's so funny. We need to watch The Simpsons. I think you would love it.
I didn't really advertise on my Bookstagram that I read this because I think it is kind of
problematic.
I this is where I get torn on stuff because yes, people say it's problematic, but it's also historically accurate. Like
I don't know if
I
you've seen the clips for this movie. It's a baseball movie with Chadwick Boseman and Alan Tudyk. And Tudyk is heckling Chadwick Boseman, and he is dropping the hard RN word,
oh boy.
and it is upsetting.
And see that word is used in this book. I feel like you could take that word out and it'd still be historically accurate and not as
Impactful.
blacklisted, I guess
Oh.
you could say. Well, yeah, not like as borderline canceled
Ah,
if you just took out
Got
that
it.
word. But on the other hand, I understand it being there because it is historically accurate. Does that make me a bad person? I don't know. I don't know. But then also, like,
I mean, as long as you're not using it out loud and saying it to people,
yeah.
because
But
it's
then
not your word.
I
Then
think about, like, somebody else with a different experience reading it and, like, being traumatized by having to read that. I don't know. I don't know. Good thing I'm not a decision maker.
yep.
Anyway, what's your next game?
I don't know. I'm just thinking about Alan Tudyk saying that word now, and I'm
I don't want to
upset
think
again.
about him
It's
saying
so
that.
bad. He's such
That's
a
upsetting. He's such a cute human.
he's so wonderful, and it's gross.
That means he's a really good actor.
He is a very good actor. I love that guy. My next one. This was chosen by the Patreons. It was Pikmin.
Patrons.
Patrons.
Oh, Pikmin.
Pikmin. And our delightful patrons, our beautiful supporters and listeners, right? On the Discord, they're like, oh, since you're playing the original Pikmin, why don't you play the second one? I was like, no. And then I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. So I played the second Pikmin game too. I played 2 Pikmin games in a row. And they're like, oh, why don't you just play the third? And I played the third all over again.
Bless it.
So I'm just going to go through them. Pikmin 1, 8 out of 10. Pikmin 2, 7 out of 10. Pikmin 3, 9 out of 10.
Nice.
I love Pikmin so much.
I know you do.
They were so good.
Olimar.
It's little creatures and little carrot-looking ant-sized things that you throw at stuff to fight them and kill them and take them back to your ship to make more and take parts and shit. It's so much fun. It's such a good game. I cannot wait for Pikmin 4. It comes out on my birthday month, and I might take a week off of work just to play the game.
Oh my god, I can't with you. Okay, my turn. Guild, The Plated Prisoner #1 by Raven Kennedy. I gave it 4 stars. Movie Night, the fourth book in the fourth graphic novel in the Woods series by James Tenney IV. Michael Dylanus and Hosan Gonzalez. I gave that one 5 stars. We Don't Kill Spiders, issue 2 by Joseph Paul Schmalke, Sean French, and Alyssa Slobodzian. I gave that one 5 stars. And Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. 5 stars. You know, I was thinking the other day, I need to get a physical copy of this book because it is one of the best books I have ever read in my entire life. But I listened to it and I never got a physical copy of it. I need it.
Okay, maybe Santa will bring you one.
Need.
My next game, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, 8 out of 10. This is a game that I started when it came out like 10 years ago. And I've been playing it slowly, little by little, until I decided to be like, let's see how much I have left on the game. And I saw that it was a couple of hours, and I was like, let's finish it. And I finished it. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the characters. Well, the one thing that I did not enjoy was the way that the characters look. They do not look like the characters that would be going through the situation that's happening in this world. They look very out of place. They look like they do not belong going through these struggles. They kind of all look like NPCs, except for the characters with massive titties or long hair.
Oh boy.
The rest of the characters, they just look like regular people. But the game is fun. It plays like an MMO, so you issue commands and shit while they auto battle. It's pretty decent. It's pretty fun. The story is very interesting, and I can't wait to continue on the series and play 2 and 3. I think I'm just gonna go straight into 3 because they're connected but not really connected. Like there aren't any threads that go directly into them. So I'll just pick up on 2 after I finish 3, if and when I start it. So
Do it.
your next books.
Sissy, a coming of gender story by Jacob Tobiah. I gave that 5 stars. I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. Gave that 4 stars. Thank You for Listening by Julia Whalen. I gave that 4 stars. And then Neon Gods by Katie Robert. I gave that 1 whole star. I'm Glad My Mom Died was probably one of the most difficult books I've ever read in my life. But kudos to her for being able to write it. That was a lot. I can't imagine having a mom like that.
Yeah.
That'd be really sad.
It's Jeanette McCurdy?
Yeah.
Yep. My next game is Ghostwire Tokyo. I gave that 9 out of 10. This game is on Game Pass. This game is on the PlayStation Plus Essentials or whatever the fuck it's called, the highest tier. You can play this game now if you have either of those. If you do, play the fucking game. There's finger banging. You can shoot ghosts with your fingers.
Boy.
With your fingers, you point them at the ghosts and shoot them. You can meet yokai. You can upgrade your abilities. There's kitties that run shops.
Kitties!
You go to a shop and the cat is like, meow, and you can buy stuff from them. Like, these cats are like store owners. They have like convenience stores. So you go to the corner 7-Eleven, there's a cat manning that store. It's great. And on top of that, it has a story about a brother trying to save a sister after their parents died years ago. It's very, very good. I absolutely loved this game. You remember when I reviewed it on the show?
I do.
It was great. Great fucking game. Like, my sister texted me after she listened to the episode. She's like, I love you too. I'm like, go fuck yourself.
Oh my God. I can't.
So, it's good. It's great. Ghostwire, play it.
I also reviewed this
also,
one.
it's like 20 hours long, so it's not that long.
I reviewed this one on the show after the patrons chose it. The Awakening, Zodiac Academy #1 by Karradyne Peckham. 1 star. Karradyne Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. 1 star. This book is on crack, and not in a good way. The Secret Life of Albert Entwistle by Matt Cain. 5 stars. Love on the Brain by Allie Hazelwood. 5 stars. Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. 1 fucking star. I don't understand why people love Taylor Jenkins Reid so much. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Just like with Emily Henry. Not a fucking lick of sense. I don't understand. And I hate sports. Who wants to read a book about a fictional tennis player in the 70s?
Burger Champ?
Well, Burger Champ needs to reevaluate his preferences if that's the case. Fuck my life, it was awful. Anyway, continue.
But did you read that Patreon chosen book when I played The Last of Us?
I don't remember. Probably.
Because I remember that when The Last of Us Part 1 remake got chosen, which I gave 8.5 out of 10, I made a list of games that I either hate or think that I'm going to hate because you keep getting shit that you hate.
Oh, right. When did you play The Last of Us?
October 2nd.
No, I finished this on August 29th.
Oh, no, we're not there yet. 8.5 out of 10. They fixed a lot of the issues with the original Last of Us that I had on the gameplay side, which I always think is the worst thing that Naughty Dog does. They are terrible at making gameplay. I did enjoy the gameplay a lot. The story is still the same shit story that the original had. Little girl is immune. You have to take her to another city so that they can dissect her brain so they can make a cure for the fungus so that people don't fungus anymore.
So that people don't fungus anymore?
It's fucking stupid. It is so stupid. 1, it's impossible to make a vaccine against fungus. 2, The Walking Dead already did this story, and they did it much better on the video game, the Walking Dead Season 1 game. 3, Ellie is fucking unbearable. 4, Joel is a fucking piece of shit. I hate the story of this game, but it plays good. And if you're a gamer and you've never played it, even though as much as I hate this game, it's still one of those required games for you to play to be considered an actual gamer. So play it at your own risk. You might love it. You might hate it. I think it's trash. I think the second game is much better. What's next?
Next, we have Rosaline Palmer Takes the Cake. Winner Bakes All #1 by Alexis Hall. Gave this 4 stars. Then Wish You Were Here by Jodi Picoult, whose name I never pronounced correctly, 1 star. The Makeup Test by Jenny L. Howe, 1 star. And House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas, 2 stars.
Really?
Yeah, I fucking hated that book.
By Sarah J. Maas.
Yeah, I soft DNF that shit. I read like 200 pages of it right when it came out in like April of last year. And I put it down until September. And I picked up the audiobook and finished it. And it fucking pisses me off. It's like she plagiarizes herself. In making her world a multiverse, she has plagiarized herself.
So what, she's like following the same beats in the story, or?
Okay, this can be full of spoilers.
Okay.
Okay. So, Throne of Glass. The premise of Throne of Glass is that there are like these portals to another realm, and demons have come in and are like parasites, like possessing people. Okay. So like the main rulers of the world are demons in disguise.
Do I have to put the Doom music on while you're talking again? No? Shut
up. Just listen to me, okay? And then like it's finally revealed that there are these other realms, and Selena's trying to save everybody, or Aelin, I should say. She's not Selena anymore. She is Selena, but whatever. Just a long story. Aelin, she winds up like having to go to another realm or something. I don't even remember. And then she's like falling through realms, and she winds up seeing Rhysand and Feyre, who are from A Court of Thorns and Roses, because she's like fallen through their realm, and yada yada, multi realms. Okay, so then the end of this second Crescent City book. Okay, go ahead and skip like 3 minutes ahead from, or 5 minutes ahead from now, because this book is fairly new. If you don't know A Court of Thorns and Roses and Throne of Glass at this point, then you have problems. So Bryce finds out that there are these other realms.
Dallas Howard?
No.
Damn it.
She is a redhead, and she is thick, but no.
Damn it.
She's more like your mom's red rather than Bryce Dallas Howard red.
Nope, I'm good.
Ariel red, but darker. Fuck, you made me lose my train of thought. How is it that she... I was losing focus. I'm going to be really real with you. There are some other realms and shit, and she, like, gets thrown out of her realm or something into Rhysand and Feyre's realm. She literally pops up in the Night Court, and that's how that fucking book ends. With Rhysand like, well, we just gotta help you, don't we? And then it's fucking over. And I am livid that she is bringing all of these books together. I am so mad because I cannot fucking stand the Crescent City books. Urban fantasy, there's too much world building to the point that you can't follow anything anymore. This book is like 500 pages longer than it should be. It's like she was so grossly popular with Throne of Glass and A Court of Thorns and Roses that they've set her free with no editor. And she's just writing. Nothing's getting cut. It's ridiculous. It's like reading a fucking textbook. But then also she's bleeding together one of my favorite books with one of my least favorite books, and I want to punch her in the face.
That sucks.
Yeah. But I'm like one of the only people that seems to be mad about it.
I mean, you are the only one that takes it seriously enough. All right, so my next game is Proteus. I gave that a 9 out of 10. It is, what if people still made games like Doom, the original Doom, with the same art style in 2022? It was so fucking cool. It was fast-paced, it was gory, it was bloody, you had weapons to kill monsters with. The platforming on this game was actually good. Like, you could jump and platform really well. Like, it didn't feel like shit like it feels in most first-person games with platforming. Proteus is fantastic. It was on Game Pass. I don't know if it still is. If not, you can find it for $25 anywhere. It is a must-play if you're a first-person shooter fan.
Must play.
Especially if you like boomer shooters like Doom and Wolfenstein and shit. So, okay. They're boomer shooters because they're old. Only boomers played them.
Okay.
Boomer shooter. Yeah.
Is that really why they're called boomer shooters?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Because they're old, yeah. They're from the early 90s.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, next, Frankenstein by Junji Ito.
Yes, that
I
one was
gave
good.
that 4 stars. Then Magdala, the
Oh,
story
4 out of
of
5.
Mary Magdalene. I gave 4 stars. Small Town Pride by Phil Stamper. I gave 4 stars. Oh, I didn't say Magdala was by Bridget Erica. And then Hallucinations by Junji Ito, 3 stars. I did not really care for that one,
Which
but I
one
think
was
you liked it, right?
Hallucinations?
It was the short stories
After
after
Frankenstein?
Frankenstein, yeah.
Was that the one?
With the kid who was like digging up a grave or
Right.
whatever.
Okay. Yeah. That one was pretty good. I like that one.
Frankenstein was good.
Frankenstein was very good.
Frankenstein
I-
set me on to my little Frankenstein trend, which is why
Frankens-
Angelica Frankenstein's in the next.
Frankenstein should have been creepier, but it was still good.
Yeah, it was definitely like
Tame.
pretty low on the creepy meter for Junji Ito.
Yeah, but it was pretty good. Okay, my next game, Castlevania: Circle of the Moon, 6 out of 10. I hadn't played this game since I played it originally on the Game Boy Advance a million years ago, so replaying it was fun, I guess. But the game is very, very limited and stiff, and it's not what I want out of a Castlevania experience. It's on the Castlevania Advance Collection on every platform. It's worth the get just because you get Aria of Sorrow and Harmony of Dissonance. But Circle of the Moon, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's a 6 out of 10. It's not bad.
Okay. The Liminal Zone by Junji Ito. I gave that one 4 stars. I think you really like that one, right? Liminal Zone?
Which one was that one?
That's the one with the girl. It's like all about the girl. What destiny awaits them after the screaming, after abruptly departing from a train in a small town, a couple encounters a weeping woman.
Yes, that one was good. Yes.
Professional mourner.
Professional mourners, yeah.
Yeah. Then American Royalty by Tracy Livesay. I gave that one 4 stars. Angelica Frankenstein Makes Her Match by Sally Thorne. 5 fucking stars. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, the illustrated edition. Also gave that one 5 stars. Angelica Frankenstein, easily the best book in this batch. One of my favorite. I think it was like was it my third favorite book of the year? It was in my top 5, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. I really, really enjoyed that one. It's like Frankenstein meets Jane Austen meets, I don't even know. It was really funny and wonderful. Oh, and spicy. Yes.
Yeah.
Fake dicks. Not fake dicks. Repurposed dicks.
Frankenstein dick.
Yeah. Frankenstein dick. Going back to episode 1.
Yep. My next game, this is the lowest rated game I have ever done. Ever.
On the podcast
This
or
is
ever?
I didn't even cover it on the podcast. This is a game I noped out of so fucking hard because
Which
it was
one?
so boring. Valkyrie Elysium.
Oh, I remember you complaining about this one.
2 out of 10.
That's pretty fucking
I
bad.
fucking noped so hard because I was playing it and I had put in like 2 hours already and like nothing had changed in the combat. And I'm like, let me just look up reviews of this game. And everybody's like, 4 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 3 out of 10. And like everybody said, the combat stays the same. It doesn't change. And I'm like, nope, fuck this game. I am not playing it. I don't care about the story and the combat sucks ass. 2 out of 10.
It's pretty freaking bad.
It was terrible. It sucked so hard.
Okay, then we get to the real fun stuff. Gyo by Junji Ito. Gave that one 4 stars. We did that one with Burger Champ. And then Demon in the Wood by Lee Bardugo. It's a graphic novel that comes before the Grishaverse books. And Danny Pendergast is the illustrator. Gave that one 5 stars. The Inheritance of Orquídea Divina by Zoraida Cordova. I gave that 2 stars. And Lore Olympus Volume 3 by Rachel Smythe. Another 5 stars. Are we even surprised?
Nice.
Fucking love Lore Olympus. I was fucking horrified by Gyo. Because remember, I was like, this isn't scary at all. And then I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
See, Gyo was not what I expected. I wanted it to be gory.
Was not at all what I expected.
I wanted it to be like super gory and bloody. Nope. No, that's not why it's fucked up. No.
There's some different kind of shit.
Oh, that was such a good Ito book.
Was it?
It was a very good Ito book. That takes us to Castlevania Aria of Sorrow, 9.5 out of 10. I did that with Burger Champ. This is my favorite Castlevania of all time. And it's one of my favorite games of all time, too. And 9.5 out of 10 is correct. It has a soul catching mechanic where you are Dracula's heir, and because of that, you can take control of the souls of the creatures inside of the castle after you kill them, which gives you special abilities and shit. So it brings kind of like this little gotta catch 'em all type thing, plus make the perfect soul combination that works for your playstyle. And you have a lot of weapons that you can equip. You know, you have different swords, guns, and shit. Really, really good game. So buy the Castlevania Advanced Collection. This is in it, and I tell you, it is fucking worth it. What's next?
Next, we have The Queer Principles of Kit Webb by Cat Sebastian. I didn't really like this one. 3 stars. Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. I gave that one 4 stars.
Wasn't Kip Webb chosen by Patreon?
I'm pretty sure it was, yeah. Whiteout by Danielle Clayton, Tiffany D. Jackson, and Nick Stone. I gave that one 2 stars. And Yet, Poems by Kate Baer. I gave that one 5 stars. That one was really fucking good. Yeah, Queer Principles, I didn't love. Reminders of Him, I really hate admitting that I gave that one 4 stars. Because it's Colleen Hoover, and I don't think I'm ever going to read another Colleen Hoover book again. She is another Bookstagram darling, a Book World darling. She writes a lot of books that do not really fit into traditional genres, but also tend to romanticize things like abuse. Yeah. Super fun.
Right.
It's white woman trash. Yeah.
Resident Evil
Crack,
3.
I should say. Go ahead. Yes.
Resident Evil 3 Remake, 7 out of 10. I think I did this for Horror Month. The game is like 4 hours long. It's really not a long game. And I absolutely loved the ending. In the ending, you get to fight like a giant biomass made out of Nemesis, which is the bad guy that's chasing you the entire game. Jill grabs a railgun and blows its fucking head off.
Oh boy.
Puts it back to charge a little bit more, takes it, sticks it in his mouth, and lets it go again and just fucking tears Nemesis to shreds. It is so cool.
Do that again. She tears him shreds. She does what? She tears him to shreds.
I didn't know if I wanted to say shit or shreds. So I went with shreds. It was a very good game. It's super short, so now if you manage to get it on sale with the 2 remake, it's more than worth the price. So, yeah, both of them for 1, that would be good.
We're getting to the end.
Yeah, we're almost there.
Okay.
I only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more left.
Oh, geez. Okay. Have I told you this already? Stories I Don't Want to Forget to Remember by Lauren Graham. 2 stars.
Ugh.
Glint, The Plated Prisoner #2 by Raven Kennedy, 2 stars. Nightbirds by Kate J. Armstrong, 4 stars. And then Dragon Ball Z Volume 12, Enter Trunks by Akira Toriyama, 4 stars. This is where I started to fall in love.
Yeah, you did.
Yep, it's a problem. It's a big problem.
Yeah, you did.
Yep.
Okay. Next game is Risk of Rain 2. 8 out of 10. This is a game that I played with Burger Champ and Thrak. Actually, Burger Champ got me this game. He gifted it to me over the Xbox.
Thank you, Burger Champ.
Yes, thank you, Champ. We played it one night, and we started it like at 8, and we beat the game at 12:43 in the morning.
Oh, my God.
On October 25th. So I put this rating on October 25th. I was falling asleep. Thrak and Burger were talking the entire time, and because I died a lot. So I was just like we finished it. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm gonna go. And we still haven't set up another date to play it because it was a lot of fun. Risking some rain. There's like a bunch of characters you can choose. They all have like their different ways of attacking. And as you play, you unlock more characters that have different ways, and you build your character how you want it with different perks and abilities. It's super fun. Super, super fun. And like you start the game like on extremely easy, and as you're playing, like the difficulty keeps ramping up depending on your skill, and it gets to the point where it's like extreme difficult, and you're like killing tons of monsters and getting tons of loot. It's so much fun. What's your next set of books?
My next set of books, this is where I stopped reading anything else. Dragon Ball Z, Volume 13, The Red Ribbon Androids. Gave that one 4 stars. And then Volume 14, Rise of the Machines, I gave that one 4 stars. Volume 15, The Terror of Cell, I gave that one 5 stars. And then Volume 16, The Room of Spirit and Time, 5 stars. I think that one was Daddy Piccolo heavy. Mm-hmm. So, whew, yeah.
That's the one where he fights Cell. Then after that, he fights 17. And after that, he fights... No, that's it. After that, that's it. Yeah.
Love.
So good. So
Love.
good. Okay. Next one, Bayonetta 3, 8.5 out of 10. I was excited about this game. I played it. I was a little bit lukewarm on it. It's not a bad game because I gave it an 8.5 out of 10, but it's not as good as 2 or 1. I feel like they neutered Bayonetta's movesets with the weapons because before, Bayonetta has 2 guns in her hands and 2 on her feet. So now you can't keep the 2 guns on the hands or the 2 guns on the feet. Now you have to take off everything. So you can't have like a sword with the 2 guns on the feet or the chainsaw with shotguns on the feet. Now it's either or. So it kind of like limits her moveset a lot. So that's what I didn't really like. But I did love that at the end it becomes like a I Love Bayonetta show. And it is fucking incredible. It's so much fun. Just for the ending alone, it's worth the play.
Very nice.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people really hate the ending after the I Love Bayonetta show happens. I don't care. I don't care enough to hate this series. Like, I think it's stupid, but it's perfectly fine with me.
Who cares?
What's shitty is what the voice actress tried to do. She was like, "Oh, they only offered me
Right,
$4,000 for this," and then Nintendo's like, "No, we offered her $4,000 per session, per hour." And then she's like, "Oh, I wanted like $100,000 deal with profits from the game," and Nintendo's like, "No." And then Nintendo's like actually started showing the communications, and people were like, "She's fucking lying."
She nuts.
Yeah. No. Fuck no.
Bless it.
Okay, your turn.
Okay, more Dragon Ball. We got Dragon Ball Z Volume 17, the Cell game. I gave that one 5 stars. Then we have Volume 18, Gohan vs. Cell, 5 stars. Volume 19, Death of a Warrior, 5 stars. Volume 20, The New Generation, 4 stars. Don't remember what the difference was there. But, yeah.
You love Dragon Ball.
I do.
My next one is Gears of War Ultimate Edition, 8 out of 10. I played this with Thrak for an episode that we did for Patreon, where we talk about Gears of War 1, 2, and 3. What's next?
Next, we have Darling Girl, a novel of Peter Pan by Liz Mikulski.
Didn't you hate that?
1 star. I hated it so fucking much. Then Dragon Ball Z Volume 21, Tournament of the Heavens, 5 stars. Volume 22, Mark of the Warlock, 5 stars. Volume 23, Boo Unleashed, 5 stars.
You love Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
God of War Ragnarok, 8 out of 10. I played this game for like 35 hours. I didn't even do the final mission because after you beat the game, there's like one final mission that actually ends the story. I didn't do that because I was just burnt out on the combat and the gameplay. It's the same thing for so many hours. I enjoyed the story, but that's about it. So
Bless it.
I'm surprised I didn't go lower on this because it's 8 out of 10. Your turn.
Dragon Ball Z Volume 24, Hercule to the Rescue. Gave that one 5 stars. And then Volume 25, Last Hero Standing, 5 stars. And Volume 26, Goodbye Dragon World, 5 stars. I loved Dragon Ball Z so much in the end.
You cried so much.
I cried so much. I really, really enjoyed it way more than I ever thought was possible. And I hate you for it.
I'm so proud. Next game, Dragon Ball Z, The Legacy of Goku 2, 8.5 out of 10. This is when the Dragon Ball Z RPGs got good for the Game Boy. And it was so much fun being Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, Gohan, Piccolo, being Super Saiyan, being a Super Namek, fighting throughout the entire Dragon Ball. Trunks through Cell arc. So much fun. You got anything else?
Nope, that was it for me.
That was it? Okay. So Gears of War 2, 8.5 out of 10. I covered this with Thrak again for that one episode. It was fun. It's more Gears of War. It's not as polished as Ultimate Edition, because Ultimate Edition is a remake of the first one. But it's still a pretty fucking good game, and it still looks incredible on Xbox, even though it's from the 360 era. And the last game that I beat last year was Dragon Ball Z Boost Fury, 8.5 out of 10. This is my favorite Dragon Ball game. It's actually one of my top 5 favorite games of all time. And, it's more Dragon Ball. You get to control Gohan, Trunks, Goten, Vegeta, and Goku. You get to do the fusion dance. You get to fight through the entire tournament through Buu Saga. You go through all those steps. It's so much fun. You get to fight with some of the bosses from the movies, like Janemba and Broly. So, pretty cool stuff.
Pretty exciting.
You still need to watch those movies.
I do.
So
we need to sit down and watch them.
Yeah, we do. So that's it for this episode. We have almost 2 hours worth of
2022.
2 hours worth of
2022
books, and can't wait to see what next year's look like.
I hope it's more.
Mine's definitely going to be more, because I think I'm almost at 20.
I'm behind schedule.
Really?
Yes.
Hopefully that'll change soon.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So, do you want to say goodbye to everyone, Karradyne?
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.